Hello and welcome to the first video of this course, section 1, video 1, where we're going to talk about a bit of an overview around the course, what you would be expecting to see, how we're going to navigate throughout this course. Business logic vulnerability. It's a very interesting sort of a vulnerability in a sense that it's different from conventional vulnerabilities. You might say why we need to study this vulnerability as a whole separate thing and what makes it very critical and important. So with a business logic vulnerability, it's not like simple other types of vulnerabilities where you try to have, say, for instance, injections and inject something to the application. It's a different navigation in the sense that the attacker is using the intended behavior of the application. And the issue is where the software developers, the designer of that application, has made some assumptions about how people would navigate throughout their applications, right? So that means they assume that people will go to step one and then two and three and four, right? But an attacker might attempt to go to step one, three, and then four, right? Or one to four, and so on and so forth. So that what makes business logic vulnerability quite a unique vulnerability in a sense that it's even harder for scanners and automated tools to pick this vulnerability because to understand and to find these type of vulnerabilities you need to have a clear understanding of the application. You need to think about how the software developer attempted to create that application, what sort of a logic was behind it, what sort of assumptions they've made, and then how you can benefit from that sort of assumptions. Let me explain that using a very quick sort of example scenario. We'll come back to this in more detail later on, but I just want to make sure that I give a bit of an explanation before why we need it. So assume that you are in online shopping and you select items, add them to your cart, and then you go and pay for them. All right, in the second step, you go and pay for it, and then we have a third option that says, okay, confirm your delivery address, and then it would be shipped to you, and then you'll receive that, right, shipment. So what is happening here is that the assumption is that the software developer assume that you'll go through card payment, confirming the shipment address, and then delivery, right? But what an attacker can do is that they can start creating a pathway and then go directly from one to three, skipping a step two, right? So that means they add items to their car, skip the payment, confirm their address, and then receive the shipment. So that's the kind of vulnerability that we are talking about. And that's why it's very important because it's following the logic and you need to be able to identify that logic and then break it. We'll come back to this in when we want to explain more about business logic vulnerabilities. What I just wanted for you to know that why it's important to learn and why it's important to spend more time on it. Okay, throughout the course, we are going to break into different topics. We'll discuss about how you can identify business logic vulnerabilities, like we'll discuss about its impact, what is business logic in itself. We'll show you through some labs on how you can do that in action. We'll talk about the tools that you can use to identify and break these sort of vulnerabilities. And we will also talk about how you can protect your application, how you can improve the security of your application, and how you can communicate it to others to fix and to address that challenges. A bit about myself. So my name is Ali Duri. So I'm your instructor for this course. I've been in cybersecurity for like about 12 years, working currently mainly around the application security and sort of studying and navigating the path through secure software development and secure application development like APIs, web applications, mobiles, or also security researchers. I have an academic background as well. Did my PhD at the UNSW a few years back and did sort of researching around security and privacy in systems like Internet of Things, smart cities, smart grids, and sort of a more IoT type systems. I'm a pen tester, so working around testing various applications, including cloud, and doing config audits as well for the cloud configurations and IoT security testing. And I'm OSCP and CISSP certified. So I would be with you throughout this course. I'll try my best to make things as clear as possible. If you have a feedback for me, I'm always looking forward to that. To receive feedback, you can add me on LinkedIn, and then we can have you can share your feedback with me, and or even in the course content itself. Okay, that's a bit about me. Now let's jump into the second video, introduction to business logic.